Lake Porter and connected the tourist side of the lake to the city of Carrington. The car would have gone close to 100 yards over bumpy terrain next to the bridge approach before plunging into the water. Failed brakes, road rage, suicide. It had happened before. Was someone in the car? Marcel asked the question in a low voice. When Adam nodded in the affirmative, Marcel shook his head in dismay. Adam's family, and Marcel was family, had come unglued when a car accident took Adam's younger brother, Aaron, at the far too young age of 10. None of them had ever completely gotten over it. "You going to have to get in? It's cold." Marcel handed Adam his coat. "We have dry suits," Adam said. "We'll be okay." "Be careful, sir." Marcel opened the door, and Adam broke into a jog. "Thanks, Marcel. Hold the fort." Marcel's low chuckle reached his ears as he slid behind the wheel and took the turns of the lengthy driveway, at a speed that would have gotten him on Grandmother's bad list, if he hadn't already been there. It took 15 minutes to reach the double bridges. The bridges had a formal name, after a local politician from the 30s, but no one used it. He slowed as he approached the roadblock, then pulled in behind fellow dive team member and homicide investigator Gabe Chavez. Gabe climbed out first and met him at the door, giving a low whistle as he looked the Audi over. "When you going to let me drive this baby?" This is why he tried not to drive his personal vehicle to crime scenes, but sometimes he didn't have a choice. Grandmother had given him the car for his college graduation, even though he had told her he didn't need it, and she didn't approve of him arriving for Sunday lunch in the unmarked sedan he drove for work. He held the keys out to Gabe. "Any time." Gabe eyed the keys, longing evident on his face. "One of these days I'm going to take you up on it." Adam pulled his bag out of the back, locked the car, and pocketed the keys. He glanced at the line of cars on the side of the road. "Who else is here?" "Ryan is hiking in the mountains with Lee," Gabe said. Homicide investigator Ryan Parker was the second in command on the dive team. His girlfriend, Lee Weston, had survived an attack by a serial killer last spring. "Hiking? Or proposing?" Gabe grinned. "I guess we'll find out when they get back. He got the text about this, but Anissa told him to disregard it." "You've talked to Anissa?" Gabe and Anissa hadn't gotten along well since she'd kicked him off the dive team a few years ago, when his undercover work had repeatedly kept him from making it to training dives. But since he'd come back to homicide, and since 2 of their divers had left the team, one for medical reasons and another for retirement, she'd been encouraged to allow him back. The relationship remained strained, but since the serial killer case involving Lee last spring, the tension between them had eased. Slightly. "Yeah, I talked to her. She beat my head off for being on the wrong side of town. Told me to hurry up because she and Lane were already on the scene." "She didn't call me," Adam said. Gabe smirked. "Man, it's the second Sunday of the month. We all knew where you were." Adam bit back a retort. He loved his family. He really did. Some of them were awesome. Some of them weren't. Same as most families, he imagined, and a sight better than a lot of the families he'd seen while working in the uniform division. Even Grandmother's disapproval, which irked him to no end, was part of her way of showing love. At least Grandfather said it was. He said she worried over her grandson far more than her frosty demeanor indicated. Gabe punched his arm. "Don't worry about it, man. This is an evidence recovery situation. Nothing we could have done for the victim, even if we'd been sitting in the water waiting on the car." "How do you know?" "The guy who found her said he was out here around lunchtime and saw the car. Dove in and pulled the body out. Probably destroyed a ton of evidence. He said she was limp in her seatbelt, but he thought maybe she was just unconscious. After he got her to shore, his take on it was that her neck was broken." Adam fought the image Gabe's words created in his mind. He was sorry for the victim, horrified at the manner of death, whether it had been a dreadful accident or a successful suicide attempt. But he wasn't sorry he wouldn't have to be the one to pull her body from the water. He scrambled